Hello everyone and welcome back. I am Duke Silver and today we are playing Beauty. Beauty is a hero that I've been playing a lot more recently and it's been quickly climbing up my sort of hero tier list. Yeah, I've been having really good results with her and I just feel like she's just really well positioned. Maybe I just haven't been playing her enough, but yeah, like I said, I feel like she's very good now, or has been very good, and I've just been kind of overlooked by me. So yeah, we're gonna get into a beauty game here. So yeah, we didn't lock the Cindy out of the last shop after our free roll, which usually I would, but I figured the rest of the shop was just not all that great, so we decided to pass it by. We get our shrink spell into our a triple on our cut purse, and our cut purse got the sleigh, so we get an extra gold here, which means we're going to be able to buy 3 characters out of this shop. And this is one of the reasons that Beauty is so good. Things that care about alignment get like a significant boost when you're Beauty. Like the dancing sword is going to it's basically a power orb for our board, which is basically it gives it an upgrade. It's an upgraded treasure almost. So I think Beauty is like kind of like a treasure hero because you can get so many there's so many upsides to different like alignment based treasures and whatnot, like Book of Heroes and Dancing Sword, of course, and just things like that. Not to mention like alignment based characters, like the alignment based supports like Good Witch and Wicked Witch are extremely good at putting stats onto characters they wouldn't normally be able to. Like Doubly is a good one to as an example, and I mean this is kind of a classic Beauty start here. We got a Princess Peep with the kind of anthem effect on our token, or in our treasure. So making all our tokens 2/2s makes them a lot more relevant than they would be if they're 1/1s. And then pairing that with Queen of Hearts, so getting a bunch of summons with Queen of Hearts is of course very, very good. Because yeah, it's gonna grow our Queen very, very quickly and be able to win combats just based on that, on having our one carry character there. We keep getting slays with our cut purse, which is fantastic. And again, yeah, our queen gets up to 20/20 there, so very, very large this early. All right, getting a second Queen of Hearts is obviously fantastic. Just kind of figuring out exactly the position we want. Considering whether I want to take this Ogre Princess, like a 5/3 Ogre Princess has a decent chance to slay, but figure we roll, and we get rewarded with another Princess Peep. So these Queen of Hearts are basically just going to get fed to a large size, and then hopefully carry us through the fight. One of our Queen of Hearts gets taken out pretty early there, but fortunately the other one survives and dodges the mummy last breath trigger. All right, since we have these tokens, the hippocampus is looking really, really good. Also, so is this Sporko. I mean, it's got the +1/+1, so 3/3 is fine. We want to get it up to a 4/4 if we can, but also there's a black cat in the shop here, which I think we're gonna sell down for, or we're gonna rearrange our board here anyways. So yeah, we're gonna sell the cut purse. The cut purse did provide us a lot of value, but I think it's worth selling and getting this black cat with the hippocampus and our Queen of Hearts. We're only able to play one Queen of Hearts for now, but hopefully this hippocampus scales up enough and makes it worth playing over the other one, and I think it did. All right, we'll take a Time Flies because we have this hippocampus. Also, it's just an extra character, which also scales our Queen of Hearts. We want this Sporko, but we're gonna cycle the chicken out, of course. Get that free hippo scaling. All right, now we're gonna set up our board so that we are we're just going for max summons value here. The range character in 1 was nice, but I think just getting the most out of our summons is our best path forward here. Opponent gets their poly from our summons. A little unfortunate, but we get a pretty decent amount of scaling onto our hippo there. And we get to triple our Queen of Hearts now, which is fantastic. So these treasures are not great. Oh, I mean, like Sting and Ring of Thunder are both quite good here, but I mean, we were hoping for like a treasure map, of course, but yeah, normally I would just pick Sting here, but I think with the double Sporko setup, I think Ring of Thunder is gonna end up being a little bit better. Like Sting would be, if our summons die in the right order, then it would be very good. Also considering this this Vulture, but since the Vulture isn't as good as our upgraded Queen of Hearts until it gets upgraded, it means it's just gonna sit on the bench for a while, so I don't really want to invest in it, especially if we don't end up being animals long term. So that's why we passed that Vulture. Would have been nice to see another Hippocampus on level 4 here, but we don't, unfortunately. We'll take another 3 pair as we're running out of time and don't really have any other options there. All right, these attacks go like about as good as they can for us. We get but basically the best scaling we can possibly ask for. Ring of Thunder makes our backline nice and huge, and yeah, we win that fight pretty handily. Considering picking up a level 2 treasure, level 2s are pretty good, and we could still pick up like the +1/+1 to all good characters, which would be really good for us. I mean, just another power orb, of course. And speaking of power orbs, there's a level 3 triple. And yeah, we're offered Sting and Helm again with a Merlin's hat. I think we're gonna take Sting this time. Again, it's pretty good with the Black Cat in one. I think the Ring of Thunder was still a little bit better than the other one. And I'm considering buying this Robin Hood, as Robin Hood's very good. It would put the extra attack onto the Queen of Hearts, which is a little bit awkward, so I think we're just gonna forgo that. And then we see a Shoulder Fairies, which is very, very large thanks to our Hippocampus, and we will be taking that. Shoulder Fairies is of course a character that's much better on Beauty, I think. The fact that it just takes your highest power and highest toughness on your board makes it extremely valuable. If you just have one big character, it just becomes a copy of that basically. And yeah, this Romeo Juliet. The Juliet has been scaling quite a bit, and they get the double summon from Reduplicator, but fortunately we're able to get the draw. Our Queen of Hearts gets just big enough to trade with both of them. Eye of Ares is a treasure we would absolutely take if we were a little bit earlier in the game. Like if we were still around level 3 or even early level 4, I probably would take this Eye of Ares, but at this point I don't think we're going to. And I think we're going to take experience and then possibly sell down for this baby bear. We're definitely taking experience because we want to go to 6. There's so many good things at level 6 for us. Like, I mean, Good Boy and Pumpkin, of course. Being able to play Good Boy and Pumpkin in the same comp is a huge boon for the hero, I think. And I make a little mistake here by not playing the Shoulder Fairies over the Princess Peep, I think. I think the scaling, we're kind of past the point where the scaling on a single hippo, unupgraded hippo, just matters. As you can see, this opponent is on level 6 already, so we need to really be thinking about being able to beat opponents who are much stronger. All right, we take the chicken. It's free scaling, and then we're gonna take a Boomhilda. And since the nerf, I feel like Boomhilda has gotten a lot better. Boomhilda and Green Knight, because the fact that Boomhilda is better than an upgraded Sporko now actually makes like the difference in power level much more noticeable, and I think I'm a lot more happy now to just pick up a Boomhilda and replace a Sporko immediately. Whereas before, like, I had to think about it because 6 gold is a lot, but I think Boomhilda adds enough that I'm happy to. And again, I think we're done with this the scaling on the Hippocampus, and I did put in the other Shoulder Fairies this time. But yeah, we TLK it into a Robin Hood, which is fantastic. Robin Hood with 70 health is pretty good. Also opens up a lot of different lines to us. Like we can start taking trees, which we did lock for an Ashwood. Which is like, it's not the best thing ever on level 6 here, but I think it's worth taking. All right, and now we're gonna sell down for this this pumpkin. Like the Ring of Thunder and the Sting are both pretty decent with pumpkin. I mean, Dancing Sword is fine. Giving our summons +1/+1, like, probably doesn't matter too much at this point in the game, but it could. Also considering the Echo Wood here, but without a Burn Beard, I don't think I think without a way to put toughness onto our Echo Wood, I don't think I'm gonna prioritize it. Although it is very good if we can get some good boys going, because I mean, it is good, so it gets the buffs as well as sees all the buffs from everyone else. So Echo Wood being a lot better in good boy comps on Beauty. And this Peter Pants is very, very large. The Hat Ball Beaker really putting in some work there. We get an attack off with our Cupid and a second one, but we needed to hit the triply there to produce damage even more. But that is our first loss of the game, first combat loss. So we're down to, we take a decent chunk of damage, but we're still at 30, so we're still very healthy. And we get a level 4 treasure. And unfortunately, none of these are like really that exciting. There could be an argument for taking Krampus Slay, but again, I'm not feeling super strong after that loss to Peter Pants. So I think we're just gonna skip here, because we just really want to find some of our good power spike characters. Considering the Medusa, just we might have to lean into Scam, but we still have 8 gold left in the turn, so we're just gonna roll, and we're gonna take an Oni Tyrant here. It's gonna add a bunch of stats to our backline at least, and that's kind of where we're weakest at the moment. So I think that's a fine pickup. And we were running out of time anyways, so. Alright, this is the large Royals opponent that we just barely got a draw with last time, and the Juliet has been scaling, so it's larger than before even. Getting that fireball is very clutch there, taking out the Juliet and us being able to attack into the Court Wizard instead. That was definitely the difference between winning and losing that fight, so that's great. And we find our good boy finally. And yeah, Boom again. Another reason that I really like Boomhilda and Beauty in general is like being able to just jam Boomhilda into good boy comps makes good boy a lot more potent just by itself. And yeah, this Snow Angel, who we saw earlier, was on 6 early and is very strong here. Golden good boy as well as a regular good boy. I think they probably fired off a knighthood or something. We don't get the best attacks there, but I don't think it matters too much. We get a little bit of Scam, but it's not quite enough, so we lose the fight, down to 19 here. Alright, we're gonna get a level 5 treasure. Horn of Olympus is not bad here. It would add a 10 attack to our whole front row, which is fine. It basically adds 20 attack, but I think we need to go for something a little bit better, so I think we're gonna go for the Hand of Midas. It's gonna be a bigger power spike, but we do have to find something first, which is a little bit awkward. So it's a bit of more of a high risk, high reward play here, but I think that's what we need to do to catch up in board strength here. Considering the Herc, but there's no way we're gonna have time to get the Herc to go here. We're gonna fire off the shard onto the Ashwood. Ashwood's never coming back in. All right, then we find a good boy there, so we lock it. Also, we sharded into another Boomhilda, which we were happy to play. More range supports for our good boy stats to take is obviously fantastic, and the Oni Tyrant really wasn't doing all that much for us. Unfortunately, the Snow Angel still has just a few too many stats for us to deal with here. We don't get any Scam out of our pumpkin, unfortunately. And our 40 attack Boomhildas just aren't going to get the job done against their backline. So now we're We went from top board by a lot to being slight underdog by 1 health here. But we get to Hand of Midas, our good boy. Getting us a golden good boy is a huge power spike for us. I think that puts us relatively close to on power level. And this is a pretty interesting decision here. Like, I could just take the other good boy. Obviously, good boys get better the more you have. So the third good boy might have been just enough to win the fight on just stats. But I go for the level 6 treasure. I figure if we can just get some stats onto the board with the treasure, as well as the golden pumpkin, spawning better units, it might make the difference. But I think that might have been wrong. But also I make another pretty huge mistake here. I should have played the Oni Tyrant over the shoulder fairies. I didn't quite have time enough to really figure out the optimal play there, but playing the Oni Tyrant would have made my golden good boy the highest attack thing on the board, as long as my second good boy doesn't get attacked into first. But I mean, based on how that combat went, it wouldn't have, which would have resummoned the golden good boy, giving us too many stats. But fortunately, even though we're a huge underdog in stats, our golden monster book out of our pumpkin gives us 2 rotten apples and scams them, and we get the win based on just out of a very clutch monster book. I mean, we had the double cupid as well, but I don't think that would have been quite enough, because unless like we get the 2 for 1 there, then I think we're in pretty bad shape still, because yeah, their Echo Wood was massive, and they had a ton of toughness on their Robin Wood as well, but still. But yeah, so we managed to get them with a bit of scam. I mean, our stats were like really close to being able to compete. Again, I think if I play Oni Tyrant there, I think we actually win on stats, just because the resummoned golden good boy would have been absurdly huge for us. But yeah, so if you enjoyed this or found it interesting in any way, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps the channel, and I really appreciate it. If you want to catch these games live, you can follow me over on Twitch. My Twitch will be in the description and in the pinned comment, and I'd love to see you over there. And yeah, feel free to leave a comment. I respond to every comment, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on the hero in general, on this game, just how you're doing, whatever. But yeah, I think we'll keep it nice and short. So with all that being said, I hope you have a good night, day, morning, whatever time you decide to watch this, and I will see you tomorrow.